Hi. All right, so while I got you here, plans for building a bench seat that's going to go in a dining room. It's going to go in the corner. Add chairs to the table that'll be over here. So you'll have your seating here, and you can add chairs around the circle of the table, where you can probably fit maybe 3 chairs. If they really wanted to, the table is expandable, so they can take the bench and move it here and put the table in between. They'll have the option to be able to slide the bench, so it'll be 5 foot long. It'll be 21 inches deep. We've already checked it with the current seat that they have at the table that they're using, and they like those dimensions. So like I said, 21 inches deep, and then from the floor to the bottom of your knee, the back of your knees, is about 17 inches, which they thought was a comfortable height. So we'll see if we can make this happen. Hi, my name is Rita of K&R's Adventures and Happenings, the adventures where we experience and explore places near and far, be it just downtime or a vacation. The happenings where we start and complete projects around the house. Stick around and see what we are up to in this video. I'm getting ready to cut the side panels. So I had them cut at the local big box store, had them cut the 5 foot section off, and then they cut it in half. So this is the 3 foot section of the 8 foot piece of plywood. Let's see if we can get this over here a little bit where you can see me. So we had full 4x8 sheet. We cut it 5 foot. Cut it 5 foot. This is the 3 foot section that's left over, and then I cut the 5 foot board in half, so we had 2 foot sections, which I then brought down to at the 15.5 inch height and the 21.5 inch depth. So now I'm cutting the sides, which need to be, let's see, you take off the bottom layer that the side is going to sit on, which is a 1/2 inch. So it was 17, so now we're 16.5 minus the top, which I'm going to have a lid that will open and close. So the bench seat lid. So 3/4 to 1 inch. It's 1/2 inch plywood. So you got the bottom is 1/2 inch. The top, call it 1 inch. So we're at 17, 16.5, 15.5 inches. So I need to cut this 15.5 by, let's see, you're gonna have the front and the back, and then the piece I'm gonna cut is gonna be in between. So 21 minus 1/2 inch, so 20 inches. So we need, what did I say, 15.5 by 20 inches. So that's what I'm getting ready to cut now.
So high I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. On top of the world. don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world, but keep the sky on your mind. Flying, get on board. We're smiling on top of the
Construction screws, 1 1/4 inch Starbit construction screws, and we'll just screw it all together.
Sometimes like all you want to do is run. Hear me out, hear me out. It's all the things you never show. There are the things I want to know. Secrets start in your heart so slow. But if you don't wanna tell me now, I guess I'll never know. Losing almost all my energy. It's getting hard to talk to you, and I'm the only one who speaks. It's all the things you never show. There are the things I want to know. Secrets start in your heart so slow. But if you don't wanna tell me now, I guess I'll never know. Here we go, turning all the wrongs into rights. Here we go, you can take me there tonight. Whoa, this life is all we know. Whoa, I can't stay if you can't let it go. I never really know what's going on. And even when you're next to me, I feel like you were gone. It's all the things you never show. There are the things I want to know.
I have 1/2 inch, the plywood's called sandy ply, 1/2 inch sandy ply. I've got 2x3s here. So what I did, I've got the bottom, and then I screwed in to the bottom a 2x3 on both sides. And then I stood up the front panel and I screwed that in along the bottom edge. Repeated the same process on the back. And then I added the sideboards, and I stood up some 2x3s in each of the corners. I need to put some 2x3 supports in the middle, because what I am going to do, just like I did over here, of course it's all covered with wood, is I've got the support. So I'm gonna do a support just like this on that other bench that I'm building. That way when we close the lid, I will have a place for the lid on my other panels. You can see how big the panel is, and that's approximately 4 feet in length here. And I've got 2 of them. I've got one here and I've got one over there. And basically it's a piano hinge. So I'm going to do the same thing over on this, but the basic opening is only going to be about 24 inches on this half, 24 inches on this half. It's about a 5 foot, and then I'll put a center piece on there so that when we close the lid, we'll be able to have a nice solid support, so when somebody sits on it, we don't have to worry about it collapsing in on them. Alright, good morning everyone. So right now what I'm doing is I'm taking the straight scraping blade and I am running it flat against the side of the wood on 3 sides of the painted trim piece. And I'm just doing this because I'm taking off the high, sort of like the paint nibs instead of the dust nibs that you get when you poly. Same thing when you get when you paint. So I'm just doing a quick pass with the blade, and then I'm following it up with some 400 grit sandpaper. So after I get this scraped down, I will give it a second coat, and hopefully after that I will be able to attach it to the front of the bench. We'll be starting a different project, or be working on a different project. And that video probably, I'm not sure when that's going to come out, but get this one done and go up and edit a different video, which should be the Waterfall Bureau Part 2. That's the one that's next up in line for video. I do have another one that's almost done, but I'm sort of not happy with the way it's coming out. It's a long video, so I haven't decided if I want to put that out or not. It just, for the most part, boring. Really boring. So, and if I do put it out, it'll be out in 2 parts, just because it's long, it's boring, and I don't know how many of you are going to like it, so, but we'll see. Alright, we are back with the dining room bench, and I was downloading the camera, recharging the batteries, and I just got into the groove, so I started attaching. So I got all the sides attached for this one and the second one, and I nailed them in, filled it in with some caulk, retouched up, and then after I got the middle done, so I got the centerpieces done up for the bench. So I got one here, the second one for the other bench, and that's hanging out over here. Here's the other one, and that will fit there. I'll get this attached, and then again I'll put the caulk in, hide the holes, touch up the paint. Alright, and then next up we'll be attaching the molding around the perimeter, or at least on the back and the sides. And then once I figure out where that's going to sit, then I will glue these 2 panels together, and that will be the seat. So the hinges I picked up are a full, they're an inch and a quarter, so an inch and 5/16 in width instead of the 3/4 inch. So what I'm doing is, it's supposed to be screwed into this board here, but it's a 3/4 inch board. So what I'm doing is I am taking a chisel and cutting this out so that I can drop it the rest of the way. Alright, back at it. 1-inch chisel.
Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, well, I don't wanna jinx it, baby.
Oh,
But I don't wanna jinx it, baby. Let's not get ahead of my time. Oh, but I don't wanna miss you, baby.
dum dum.
And speak my mind. Oh. You
Hey everybody, alright, we're back here with the bench build, and I painted the bench top yesterday, and I got the poly on. Got 3 coats of poly. One basically, the first one is basically a sealer, acts as a sealer, and then 2 more coats on top of that, and then I painted the black. And I'm coming over here getting ready to install, and first thing I notice is I never came over here to paint the black on the trim of the bench. And the second thing I noticed, I don't know where my brain was, but right here I only extended this piece to this edge here. It's like, well, that was done, so I need to remake 1, 2, 3, and 4 more pieces. So I'm gonna work on this, try to get at least the tops fitted. I just fitted that one, and I think you might have seen me attach this little end board here. So in some of the locations, when I put the board in, because this piece is a little bit longer than the trim piece, it is not quite fitting 100%. It's sitting raised over here, it's sitting up above, and it's making the seat sit higher than the trim piece. So what I'm going to do is cut off this portion right here. So I'll take my little handsaw and just basically go from here to here and take that and notch that out, and I'll come back and retest fit it. Right now, this board right here is preventing the top from closing, so I'm going to get a chisel that out. This one fits nicely, nice and flush. All right, on to the last one.